them been productive?
He is producing documents. I can't speak to their contents yet. In terms of whether he's cooperating, time will tell. When he comes in to be deposed, we'll find out whether this is a gambit or whether he's serious about cooperating with the committee. We don't know. I have to say I'm a bit skeptical given his track record, but we're going to find out very soon.
There's a claim, I guess he continues to hold on to executive privilege a little bit. I mean, what do you know about his plans to cooperate? And I know you can't comment directly on the documents, but do they give you hope that you will get some information as to what led to, or what potentially led from the president's office to the attack on the Capitol?
Well, we think he has a lot to offer the committee, but I think at this point it's still very early and too early to tell whether this is a legal strategy to avoid being held in criminal contempt or whether, seeing the road that Steve Bannon is on, he made a decision to change course. But we'll find out when he comes in for the deposition. If he tries to assert privilege over things that are clearly not privileged, then it's clearly just a legal stratagem. We don't think there's any meritorious claim of privilege here, and we'll have to decide what to do if he makes assertions.
Contempt of Congress?
I don't think we're ready to take anything off the table or prejudge what will happen. We think that he and others have a moral and legal obligation to come in and testify truthfully and completely. The current president is the holder of the privilege. He is not asserting privilege. And given the gravity of what we're investigating, a violent attack on the Capitol, any claim of privilege needs to give way to that public need to know anyway.
What about the Assistant Attorney General, Jeffrey Clark? Will he be charged with contempt of Congress, and what will that look like?
Yes, so my expectation is that we will vote to hold him in criminal contempt and refer to the Justice Department. We will hopefully take it up after we vote out a report in committee as soon as later this week in the House. And it is my hope that the Justice Department, like with Steve Bannon, will act promptly. And now Mr. Clark showed up, which Bannon didn't do, but he showed up and then refused to answer pertinent questions. And so the effect was the same as Mr. Bannon, to simply stonewall the committee.
Katty.
Mr. Clark's attorney released a letter a couple of days ago seeming to suggest that the committee has no validity. Is this just stonewalling on the part of some of the people you're trying to talk to? The Republican
it is.
Party?
I mean,
that what it is?
They're trying to come up with any kind of a basis they can to camouflage what is simply an effort to stonewall the subpoenas, like the prior president did for 4 years.
With the aim of dragging it out until the next midterm elections, is that what you're thinking?
Yes. I mean, I think that's what the litigation is for. They realize, I think, that their claim is very weak, but they hope nonetheless to draw things out until they can delay justice enough that it is denied. But with respect to Mr. Clark, he was involved reportedly in an effort to use the Justice Department to overturn the election in Georgia and perhaps other states, to use the weight of that department to urge Georgia to withhold electors and then send a different slate, and also put out false claims of investigations into massive fraud. Someone like that needs to be deposed.
So staying there, the committee spoke with Brad Raffensperger.
I don't know that I can comment on who we've deposed thus far, but he certainly has very relevant information for our committee, and I don't know that I can confirm that he has been interviewed thus far.
What about other members of the Trump circle, like Kayleigh McEnany and others who have been sent subpoenas? Have they responded? Will they be testifying?
You know, each person that we have subpoenaed responds in different ways. Some are coming in and cooperating. Others are refusing to come in at all, and some are somewhere in between. And I can't, until the committee authorizes me, disclose who's in what position. But
you are getting refusals?
We are getting refusals, and it is very likely that Clark will not be the last that we need to refer for criminal contempt.
Willie?